Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into
Despite
it.
the awareness of modern drivers, and they have to become almost everyone when his iron horse breaks down, almost no one has heard of a spare part called a ball joint. Well, and those who have already met with it have probably already managed to spend a fairly large amount of money for its replacement or, at best, repair. In this article, we will tell about these so tricky and important car components, as well as reveal the secret of their long, trouble-free operation. What is a hinge? What is a ball joint in an automobile? Translated into folk language, it is denoted as a grenade. Therefore, if there is such a spare part in the car, sooner or later it will explode. Well, let's leave jokes aside. Nevertheless, let's not forget about the main thing. So a CV joint or grenade is a joint of equal angular velocity. It is these parts serve to transfer torque from the heart of the car, motor, to the driving wheels. These parts not only allow the wheels to start their work after the command from above, from the motor, but also fully control them. Why grenade? Firstly, this part is very similar to a real grenade, and secondly, its action is really killer. If it fails, the vehicle will not be able to move independently until it is replaced or repaired. The device of the hinge. A CV joint works in almost the same way as the cardan shaft known to all drivers. However, the drive of the latter is more advanced and complex. What are the differences? In the case of a cardan, the transmission does not synchronously transmit torque, that is, one shaft rotates evenly, while the other does not, and the crossing angle is quite difficult. The ball joint is different in that it does all this work, but is 90% simpler. It has a longer life because its angles of rotation are no more than 70 degrees relative to the axle. Important. Joints have been around for more than 100 years. However, today they have evolved greatly and are one of the main components of absolutely all vehicles on the road, regardless of their age or costliness. The grenade is a power spare part that is often subjected to stress. Consequently, it needs protection from the environment, which lubrication can help with, and thus extend its life. The design of the part is covered by anther made of plastic or rubber, which is filled with grease and held on the shafts by clamps. Note that the quality of the dust cover determines the service life of the grenade. If this component will fail, and you do not take any action, you will soon have to check the joints for serviceability, because it cannot work in an unprotected environment and quite quickly fails due to direct environmental impact, ingress of dirt, road precipitation, and other. Read also all about the overdrive mode on the automatic transmission, how to choose a ball joint. To date, there are several designs of this automotive component, to distinguish among which as the most popular should be the following: tripod, repa, knuckle, cam, ball, twin. The most common parts found in modern vehicles are ball spares. Coupled and cammed are most often used by special equipment, trucks, as well as tractors. Signs of malfunction of the ball joint. The first sign is a knocking, rumbling, although the main sound is still a knock from the side of the wheel, where the part, in general, is ready to fly out. By the way, these sounds are quite enough to determine the malfunction of the hinge, even without any checks at service stations. It is worth remembering that the grenade can knock for a week or several months. In any case, it will sooner or later fail, and then, watch out in the literal meaning of the word. If it happens on the highway, it will be difficult to avoid an accident, but at lower speeds a quick brake will save you. When a ball joint comes loose, it becomes almost impossible to drive the car. Initially, it is very difficult to turn the steering wheel to the side from which it came out. However, it is still possible to drive for a while, about half an hour. Then the vehicle simply stops and can no longer be driven. At the same time, the car starts as usual, speeds are engaged, but the car does not respond to any of them. Initially, it may seem that the gearbox has failed, but it is not so. If you have heard a strong rumble under some of the wheels before, then it almost jammed. Lucky if it did not fly out completely. And then the box stopped working, then 100% it is just a grenade. You should not worry, it is necessary to change it. Is the hinge not the box, which will cost much cheaper. Read also, where cars are assembled geely in any case. It is important not to bring your car to such a state. It is better to repair at the first signs than to pay for repair and wait a week for repair, being at this time without a car and being forced to move on public transport. Well, now you know what a grenade in a car is and what it represents. Now, after reading this article, you know how to check the internal ball joint on your own, without overpaying for the services of professionals. We hope that this article was useful for you. We wish you good luck. In conclusion, addressing a knocking grenade in your car can seem daunting, but with the right tools and a bit of patience, you can tackle this repair on your own. Remember to thoroughly diagnose the issue, gather the necessary materials, and follow the steps we've outlined. By taking the time to fix the problem yourself, not only can you save money, but you also gain valuable knowledge about your vehicle. Always prioritize safety and don't hesitate to seek professional help if needed. Thank you for watching, and happy repairing.